Hey everyone, it's story time. First story time, actually. And I'm going to talk about my horrible Mac experience. I see so many of these videos on YouTube, and I kind of, for a while, because I've never been in a Mac before, I've always just kind of thought that maybe there was this kind of over exaggeration or people were just kind of blowing things out of proportion. But after having the experience I had last week, I totally understand why there's all these videos out there. So last week I went to the mall with two of my friends, and my friend was looking for a lipstick from MAC. I wasn't looking for anything particular, I was just with her. So I obviously went into the store, and she was very serious about shopping there. And I understand like this from the stories I've heard that, Mac kind of has this opinion that if you're not wearing makeup or, you don't look like you could quote unquote afford it, they kind of give you the brush off. And obviously, all three of us, because we all work together, had just come from work and classes, so we weren't really done up. We had just like changed clothes, even though we're all three of us are in college, we each look 10. So I could understand maybe their apprehension. Either way, there's no need to be dismissive and rude. But so my friend wanted to get a lipstick. She was really interested in having a professional one. Now that she's gotten some really nice like internships, she wanted to kind of look nice and professional. So we went in there and we were swatching and testing, and I myself even was swatching and testing because I was like, maybe I'll find something I really like today, because it was a payday. But so I was really interested as well, and nobody like came up and asked us could they help or anything, which is whatever. It's not a big deal. In fact, most times I'd rather not be bothered. But this is a very small Mac that was in the mall we went to. It's one of those things that it was just kind of odd that nobody had approached us at all to say hello or anything like that. But we were busy swatching anyway. It got to the point that my friend had finally found the lipstick shade she wanted, and I had found one I was considering purchasing as well. Amorous. It was Amorous, was what it was. But so she also was considering getting a lip liner. So she wanted to test the lip liners and see. So she had the swatch on her hand and was attempting to kind of swatch around it to see what matched. And we were finding none of them matched. Like they were either kind of too pink or too brown. She was very much dancing around the shade. So finally, after we were in there for probably 15-20 minutes, a guy approached us and asked if we needed any help. And Mac employees are supposed to be knowledgeable of their products and be able to help. And so my friend said, "Yes, I want this shade. It's the shade on my hand." She goes, "And I'd also like to get a lip liner with it. But at this point, from what I've swatched, I can't figure out a color that would be best for me." She goes, "Can you, help me out?" He says to her, "You just need to keep swatching all of them and you'll find it." And that kind of just and he walked away, and all three of us were just kind of like, did that just happen? Like, did it just happen? What? It was so rude. Like, and I don't know. Like at first we were like, maybe he's new and he just didn't want to admit he doesn't know what he's doing. But he could have referred us to somebody else or been like, oh, in a few minutes, somebody that's a little more knowledgeable might be able to help you. It was just such an aggressive brush off, and then he walked away. And we just were kind of like, okay. And it got to the point it was so frustrating that my friend just gave up on buying lip liner. They lost out on sales because they didn't help. So she was just kind of like, okay, whatever. I'm just gonna get the lipstick, and I'll deal with it. So she tells the same guy again because he's not busy, he's not with a client or anything, and says to him, I really would like to purchase the lipstick. Can you get it for me? Since obviously at Mac, none of the stuff is just out there where you can pick it up and buy it. And he was like, and he goes, "Oh, we're very busy right now, so you're gonna have to wait." He wasn't helping anyone. There were maybe two other customers in the store. One of those people was being helped, so there were two people just hanging out behind the register that weren't checking anybody out. There was plenty of people that could have helped, and we were told we were gonna have to wait. And we were like, it's one of those things you understand when there's a lot of people in the store, especially such a small store. It would be like, okay, that's fine, we're happy to wait. But it was just like, okay. So my friend and I like started just the drawers were like slightly open. We started looking through, which probably isn't the best thing, but the fact of the matter is, Like, we weren't going to stand there and just wait. And she didn't want to have to go home and like order it, when she could buy it in stores. We literally got through. We couldn't find it, obviously, because they're all in just black boxes and it's very overwhelming, very confusing. We literally got to the last drawer, and the guy finally notices like that we're doing it and says, "Oh, no, no, don't do that. That's like going through your friend's underwear drawer when you go to their house. It's super rude." Which, okay, it's not great. We went through there. Like, I can admit it's not great that like we opened the drawers and we looked around. But also, it's the audacity of it that he wasn't doing anything, um, and then just tells us we're rude. It's kind of like your rudeness made us become rude in that sense. And so my friend was like, "Okay, well, can you find the lipstick for us?" And he was just like, "Oh, fine." Finally did it. Got it, rang my friend up. It got to the point that it was so ridiculous because I was going to buy the lipstick as well. I was going to buy Amorous, but the guy's attitude was such like garbage and so uppity with us that I didn't want to buy it. And I also saw a foundation that actually matches my face, and I also did not want to purchase it because of how like poorly the customer service was. Like, it killed the vibe of the rest of the evening. We were still going to do more shopping, and we got to the point that we didn't want to shop anymore after that. And it's just, I don't understand. One, I don't understand why you would be rude to any customer in general. Like, I'm in customer service. I'm not like at a retail store or fast food or anything or a waitress, but I am in customer service. And no matter what you feel about the client by looking at them or how they talk or whatever, you should never be rude to them. One, because they're people. Two, in the case of Mac, when they're thinking you're going to purchase things, looks can be deceiving. Some people just go out and go to the store because they don't care what they look like they just, or because it's a lazy day. And even when we went, it was an overcast, dreary day. It would make sense that we're all not dolled up to the nines, wanting to go to the mall together after work. It just doesn't make sense to me that you have this bias and basis on what people look like that equates to them shopping and how much they're going to spend, you know? Uh, I don't know. The idea, and also, it's so not logical. Now I'm getting, like, frustrated to the point that I'm not, like, being clear. That because we're not wearing makeup, none of us are wearing makeup, and I know that's a common trend with Mac or even Sephora, that if you kind of go in under, not dressed up and not with makeup, they seem kind of indifferent. If I'm going to test things, whether or not I be swatching my hand or I swatch it on my, test it on my face, I'm not going to go necessarily with makeup if I go in with the intention of testing stuff. What if I do want to test it on my face and not just, make 1,000 swatches on my hand? It's more logical for me to walk in without makeup to try out lipsticks and all this, and also so my makeup doesn't get messed up when I'm trying to wipe lipsticks off. Like, so just that basis is so bad, and it's just, I don't know, just to be so kind of dismissed by somebody was just so upsetting, especially as a customer. Like, I get upset when I get dismissed by customers as a person trying to help them at work. It's very distressing on the other end as well to be dismissed by the person working and being ignored and kind of just being, I don't know, looked down upon. And that's very much the vibe we got. It was this, I don't particularly care about you because I don't know if it's because we don't have makeup on, we look like we're 10, he figures we're either high school or college kids, and we're not serious shoppers. But if that was the case, if he didn't think we were serious shoppers, the moment where my friend said, I want to buy this lipstick, and now I am looking for a lip liner to go with it, he should have, that's when he should have his customer service skills, should have clicked in, even if that was his only basis for being, helpful and having good customer service skills. You would think that would be the time to click in and hone in on the sale, because they would be like, oh, I can sell her more stuff, and then maybe I can suggest this and that. That's how you do it if you really want to, make sales and make money. And the mall we go to, like, it's a popular mall, obviously, in the area, but it's not like this super duper duper high traffic, high end shopping mall. It's a nice mall with like some nice, really nice stores like Mac, and there's like a Michael Kors. But then there's also like normal stuff. There's like Macy's and Forever 21. Like, it's not like this kind of uppity, elitist mall or whatever. It's a very normal, it's a very normal mall that you get very normal people going to. So there's also that like strangeness why they would get this odd customer service mentality. And I don't know if maybe I don't know, maybe the guy was just having a bad day or what the hell was going on with him, but excuse me. But it's just because there was other people in the store, like the one woman I saw helping another client because she was like helping her with her makeup, very animated, very into it. Like, I don't. You can at least like fake it till you make it, and that's coming from somebody that's in customer service. This isn't this like I've never worked a day in my life, or I don't do a job where I don't interact with customers. I do interact with customers. That's what makes me so angry. Is I, no matter even if I'm having a bad day, it's so important to have this ability, whatever your reasoning or however you feel about the client or about yourself or whatever, that you should like be able to mask it in good customer service skills to one, make more sales if you're in the sales department, or just to be a decent human. And I understand there are people in the world that aren't decent humans, but it's just kind of frustrating and distressing as a shopper. And seeing that all of these horror stories maybe, or just, bad customer service stories aren't so over exaggerated like I thought they were. That's what's so like sad for me, is this like going, okay. And I'm sure there are some people on the internet that are over dramatizing their experience with Mac. But to see that this consistency about what I see about people that say they came in with no makeup, you know, they came in not dressed up, they're just people having this elitist attitude, to see that consistency at another Mac. And I would be interested in, even if I really want Amorous instead of ordering it online, go to a Mac that in one of the malls closer to my house that is very nice. It's a very nice mall. If the same thing would happen there, or if it's just that mall, it's so fascinating to me as well, and upsetting. Um, but yeah, that's my little rant story time Mac experience that all these people have that now I finally have. And it's one of those things to the point that if I do ever purchase from Mac, I might just order from their online site and not go to their store if I ever do purchase from them. Because at this point, like, I'm not feeling so great about Mac. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit like, subscribe if you feel like it. Let me know down in the comments, have you ever had a bad Mac experience? Do you feel like I'm being overly sensitive, or have you had a really positive experience with Mac, or just in general customer service horror stories? If you work in customer service, you have a horrible customer, all that. Let me know down below. Let me know if you want me to maybe do a customer service horror story video, because I have a lot of those, because I just have a very strange job. But yeah, so that is all for now, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Bye bye.